Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on the Real Estate Podcast. I'm Todd Sumney, the Chief Industry Officer for HomeSmart International. Today's podcast topic is going to piggyback on a podcast we posted just a few moments ago on how to leverage energy efficiency and energy efficient features in every home to gain maximum value and differentiate that home in every market. Now, the last podcast was done speaking to agents and speaking from an agent perspective and trying to inform agents on what they need to know about energy efficiency. But this podcast, we're posting both of them on the same day because I want to speak to the broker audience for a moment about energy efficiency and how to bring this opportunity to your agents in your area. So the interview that I did, that I'm going to play for you in a moment, it was done specifically to a group of brokers, but there was so much valuable information, I just didn't want to not share it with the audience. I wanted to share it with all of you. So listen to this interview. I would recommend first, listen to the agent podcast first. And then, as a broker, how can you leverage this, or can you bring this opportunity to your agents? How can you apply it in your market? Listen to this interview then here just in a moment and leverage that information and apply it to your business. So without any further ado, I would like you to listen to this interview with Pearl Certification, which is they're an awesome company. They're a great company, and they have a lot of insight to share with all of you today. So here you go. This is Todd Sumney, the Chief Industry Officer for HomeSmart International, and I'm here today with Joseph Gentile. Joseph is the National Vice President for Pearl Certification, and I wanted to invite Joe into the studio to talk about Pearl Certification and someday in each of your markets why you may want to look at working with Pearl Certification and the opportunity and the value that he brings to you and your agents. So, Joseph, can you tell our franchisees real quick, what is Pearl Certification and what's the value behind it?
Sure. We're a nationally recognized certification. We help agents differentiate themselves on their listing appointments, and then we help them differentiate their listings when they go to market them.
Okay. So, and what are we certifying? What are we certifying when we do a Pearl certification?
Sure. So what we found is there's a grouping of assets in a house that get overlooked in the real estate transaction. So Pearl takes all these assets, they bring them to the front of the transaction. Okay, things like air sealing, insulation, Energy Star appliances.
Even LED light bulbs, I learned.
Yes, LED light bulbs.
Something as simple as LED light bulbs, and those aren't being talked about, they aren't being mentioned, so therefore there isn't any value associated with it. You're not getting that value when you sell the home.
Right. They get completely overlooked in the transaction. So when we grouped all these assets together, when we market them correctly with Pearl Certification, we can sell the home for more money. So we did an appraisal study in the state of Virginia. Homes marketed correctly with Pearl Certification sold for 5% more at closing.
Okay, so 5% in a market like Virginia, I mean, I know those homes are pretty pricey, so that's a lot of money there. So we're tapping into that value. Right?
Correct. Okay. So your agent is conducting themselves in a way that more people are going to want to do business with, right? Everyone wants to sell their house for more money.
Right. So we all know that winning listings are important to our business and important to our agent's business. So how can an agent what's the benefit of an agent to walk in the door knowing that they can work with Pearl Certification? What's the opportunity for an agent?
Well, the opportunity is simple. It's differentiate yourself so you win the listing. Ask better questions. The best thing that can happen to you is, why are you asking me about my furnace? The agent I interviewed yesterday didn't.
Right.
Well, because the agents here at HomeSmart, we're trained to get maximum value for your house. So it's a good thing you're doing business with me and not with the one that came in yesterday.
I love that. So they differentiate themselves, they win the listing, then what?
So we made this super easy for the agents. So what we do is we spoon feed all the marketing materials right to them. So we take one email with all the marketing collateral, certificate, the full report. We even fill out the green and energy efficient appraisal addendum for them. We send a letter to the appraiser, a letter to the lender. So we give them all the marketing materials.
So you're giving everything to them. They don't have to go hunt for it.
No.
And then number two, you're giving them everything they can to market the home. So I guess my takeaway and what I want all of you franchise owners to know is that number one, it helps your agents differentiate to win the listing. Number two, though, once they win it, It's to market it correctly, market those things that are of value that weren't being marketed before, get more value for the home, higher sale price, and then create kind of an inventory or throughout your area where all these homes are Pearl certified and HomeSmart's doing all this certification, these homes are selling for more money. It really builds a wave for HomeSmart. Is that correct?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's becoming the trusted advisor that today's buyer and sellers want to do business with, right?
Right.
So the more inventory that you have where you're showing that you're doing something different than everybody else, the more people want to do business with you.
Right, right. So another important thing that I want you franchise owners to know is that it's not, this isn't cumbersome or complex. Once the agent actually, they download an app, right?
That's it.
They answer some simple little questions. It kind of talks to them about how many levels of certification?
Well, we have 3 different levels of certification, but it's really going to tell you, once you're done with the questionnaire, it's going to say, hey, this home qualifies, let's get a certification specialist in there to get moving on it.
Right, so it qualifies and they do that through the app and then everything is sent to the agent. So it's not cumbersome for our franchise partners to implement this in their area when you come to their market, right?
Yeah, we just go direct to the agent, because they're the ones marketing the home, so we want the marketing collateral in their hands and get them touching and feeling it and using it.
Right. So the opportunity for all of you is that Pearl right now is not in every market throughout the country, but they are growing quickly and they're bringing this value to various markets. So wanted you to have the opportunity to, if you're interested in this, raise your hand, kind of get in the queue, get in touch with Joseph and kind of say, hey, I'm interested when you're ready and come to the market. So I just need you to know they're not in every market right now. But if you raise your hand and say you're interested, you can start the conversation and maybe you become one of the markets that Pearl certification moves into.
Yeah, I mean, what we're looking for brokers that want their agents conducting business better, right? So if you're an agent that wants to do that, info@pearlcertification.com, and I'll do the rest. I'll be in touch with you.
Okay. So that's actually where they would, our franchisees would email info@pearlcertification, and someone will get back in touch with them. Okay, all right. So there you go. There's the opportunity. To me, this is a huge opportunity. It's a great way to differentiate for your agents to differentiate, for you to create a real buzz in your area, and just for us all to do more transactions and do it without a lot of complexity. I mean, you're really making it easy, and you're uncovering this value in the home that just isn't being marketed before.
Better service in an easy way. That's what we want to do.
Right. Love it. So, Joseph, thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much,
being here. And all of you, please reach out, info@pearlcertification.com. I'm Todd Sumney, Chief Industry Officer. Good to see you all, and we'll talk soon. So I hope you've enjoyed that interview and that podcast there with Pearl Certification, teaching all of us how we can leverage energy efficiency and energy efficient features in every home to get maximum dollar for all of our listings. So I hope you've enjoyed the Real Estate Podcast here today. I'm Todd Sumney, the Chief Industry Officer of HomeSmart International, and I hope to see you next time around.